So having just reached my magic 100,000 subscribers and gained my award via YouTube, I just wanted to give something back in this video now. And also, if you've subscribed to me previously, thank you so much for helping me hit that little goal. But I'm going to give you 11 of my top tips if you're someone who wants to grow your YouTube channel and maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you're kind of stuck on a lower figure and you just want to get that channel going and hit that first milestone. Then hopefully the things I'm going to share with you in this video are going to really help you. Now, the first thing that I recommend doing, my first tip for you, is to get a thumbnail designer as soon as you can afford one. In the beginning, it's perfectly fine to use something like Canva to make a design. Go and look at your competitors, people who are doing similar videos to you, see which videos are getting lots of views, and kind of model your thumbnails on their design, but with your own twist and your own brand and everything, and do your best. But at some point or another, you're going to want to hand this job over to a professional designer who can do better than you. And the way that I found somebody for me was actually they approached me. So as your videos and start to get more views and more traction, you get more subscribers, you're going to get people contact you all the time saying, hey, I can make you a better thumbnail and so on. Let them prove it. That's what I do, as I say, fine, okay, here's a video, you make a thumbnail for it, and I'm going to split test it and see which thumbnail does the best, yours or mine. And if yours wins, then great, we'll start working together and we'll see if you can improve some of my other videos too. So that's another thing. I actually went back over my old videos and got my new thumbnail designer to create thumbnails for all of the old ones, and I split tested them all out. So it lifted my whole channel as better thumbnails were added. Because when somebody's doing a search on YouTube and they see all these videos, the thumbnail is the thing that really attracts them and gets that click through. And that's what you need to do to get more views on your videos, is more people clicking on them. So as I say, start yourself by all means. I know we can't always afford thumbnails, but you'd be surprised that you can get them at a really good price. I think I pay in the region of $15 per thumbnail. And in some cases, I'm getting 8 or 9% click-through rate, which is extremely good. So that's my first tip for you. Get a professional thumbnail designer as soon as you can. Now, this next tip really depends on what niche you're in and your channel, but for me, I found that creating really helpful content got me quite a lot of subscribers in the beginning and also some good views as well. And it's really logical that if you're giving something without asking for anything back and you're really helping somebody achieve their goal, then they're going to like that video, aren't they? And so, I mean, looking at my channel here, a lot of these videos will be in the 90s in terms of people liking them. And that's just because people watched it and they found it useful. So if you can, depending on your niche, create helpful content. I mean, there's so many different ways of doing that. It's unbelievable. But, you know, take any kind of FAQ list, for example, in your niche or for your product or your service, and then just start going through and answering people's common questions and solving problems for them. And you're sure to get some traction on your YouTube videos. Now, my next tip is to get yourself a good video editor as soon as you can as well, because video editing is a really time-consuming process. It takes quite a long time, unless, of course, you're just going to not hardly bother with video editing and you're just going to, you know, make a really standard video with you talking to camera and that's about it. But even then, you're going to need to, you know, do edits, cut things out. It takes a lot of time, and that's time that you could be using to build your business or create more videos. So hand it over to a video editor. Where can you find one? Well, you can go to places like Upwork, People Per Hour. You can, you know, ask other YouTubers if they're in a different niche and so it wouldn't affect them at all. You can ask them, hey, can I just ask who, you know, who edits your videos? They're brilliant. Can I have their contact details? So that's another thing that you should do, is try and outsource that video editing as soon as you can. Because one of the other important metrics that YouTube look at when they decide how to rank your videos is how long do people watch them for. That's called the retention rate. And a good video editor should keep people interested all the time and kind of watching the video. So there's tip number 3. Now, tip number 4 is all about split testing. You remember I mentioned in the beginning it's important to split test your thumbnails. Well, one way that you can do that is by using TubeBuddy, and I'll put a link underneath this video so that you can go and check it out. I think they have a very low price or free plan actually, but you might need to upgrade to get the split testing, but it's worth it if you want to grow your channel. So take a look at this. These are some of my A/B tests that I do with the thumbnails. And some of them you just wouldn't believe the difference. Like these two thumbnails right here, very, very similar, but and most people would say, me included and people I've asked, this top one here is the better one of the two. But actually it turned out that the variation, which is the bottom one there, was better by 37.98%. Now, you would never have known that, but imagine if, you would just have a 37.98% increase on all of your videos by adding a new thumbnail. So it's super important to do split testing. With TubeBuddy, you can also do split testing of the title. So if we go back over to my A/B test there, we can see that some of these were based around the title. You can see this one here was a test on the title, and it turned out that the original title on this one was better than the variation. But you never know, which is why you've got to do these tests. Here's another test look, again with the title. This time the variation was 29.9% higher than the original. So that's the amount of people who clicked through, was an additional nearly 30%. So massive improvements can be gained in your channel and getting you onto that journey to hit that 100,000 subscribers. So that is my next tip. So tip number 5 relates to what I was saying earlier about keeping people watching your videos for longer. Now this particular video, if you go into any of your videos, you can see the retention rate. And this is it here. That is the average view duration and the percentage of your video that gets viewed. So this one here has got 30.5%. And then you can sort of see all of the points that people go and how many people are watching at a given point. Obviously, the goal is to have the highest retention rate humanly possible right to the very, very end. But that really rarely ever happens. But this is the typical retention rate, the gray area. And then this video sort of beat it just a little bit. Particularly at this point in the video here at 1 minute 59, it's 57% above the typical retention rate. And that sort of shows that the video editing is working because it's keeping people watching for longer. And this is a really important metric that Google use, or YouTube use, to determine how good your video is and how often they should show it to other people to watch. So use that video editor if you can, or if you're doing it yourself, just bear this in mind that you need to try and keep people watching your video for longer. That is your goal. So that's tip number 5. Now, one of the other important things is to try and keep people on your channel and get them watching more of your videos, especially after they've just watched one of your videos. So all you need to do is go to here where it says end screen in your video. And then at the very end of your video, you can adjust where they appear by sliding this back and forward. I usually have mine set to be on the screen for around sort of 10 seconds or so. I create a special kind of image there that fits the overlay of these 3 things perfectly. And what they do is guide people on to go and watch more of your videos or subscribe to your channel. And I usually use a playlist at the top, best for viewer at the bottom. So that's a video of yours that YouTube determines would be a really good fit for that particular person watching. And then the opportunity, as I say, to subscribe to your channel. Put this at the end of every single video that you do going forward. And so when someone's finished the video, if they make it to the end, let's get them on to another one to continue their journey being helped by you, but also to rack up your view time, subscribers, and all the good things that we want to do and get you to that 100,000. So that's tip number 6. Now, tip number 7. Go into your account, have a look at your content just by clicking on the left there. then sort by views. And then it's going to show you all of your videos by views, which ones did the best basically. So this one, you can see this one ChatGPT prompt to rule them all, got 686,000 views. And so what is that telling us? Well, it's telling us that that video did really well and that we should make more content like it. So find the videos that you've made that have done really well in terms of views, and then make more videos with a different spin on it to that one. And in theory, they should also do well. And if nothing else, they'll help you dominate the search results in YouTube for those particular search terms that you want to come up for. So if you're in a particular niche, for example, you just need to get laser focused and start making content around that mini subject that did really well for your niche. So that's my 7th tip. Now, if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to reveal to you how much money I've made from YouTube, directly from YouTube ads this year. So stick around to watch that. Now, my next tip is not to give up. It is very, very disheartening at times when you are a YouTuber. When you're creating content and you're putting your heart and soul into it, maybe taking a day over it, you know, if you're doing your own editing and everything else, you could be spending a lot of time on creating that video. And then you upload it to YouTube, you know, you're really excited to check it out in an hour and see how many views you've got, or the next day when you wake up and you've got hardly any. It is hard mentally and, you know, emotionally to keep going when it looks like it's just a complete waste of your life. And you've just got to have the resilience to just keep going and trying to get better and try and make those videos better, the thumbnails better. Every video that you try and make it better than the last one. And just don't get too sad when you don't get too many views. Honestly, there's been videos that I've made. I'll be honest with you. There has been videos I've made even recently after hitting the 100,000 subscribers. And I thought, this is a great video. This is going to be good. And it tanks. And you just think, oh man, you don't really know all the time what people want to watch. You know what you like to make, but it doesn't always mean that people will want to watch it. So you've got to have some serious mental resilience if you want to try and hit that 100,000 subscribers. So that's my next tip for you. Tip number 9 is going to be to respond to comments. People have watched your video and they're bothering to comment underneath, then reply to them, or at least like it. If they haven't really asked you a question or they haven't said anything really that specific or interesting that you feel the need to reply to, at least like the comment. But I try and respond where possible to things and try and help people out. If I've got time to reply, if they've asked a specific question, you know, I've gone and replied to it. And I think what you're trying to do here is create a community of people and regular viewers, people who'll come back. And also, I think YouTube does like it when you respond to comments and create a little community around your channel. So try and respond to every single comment that you get come through that's worthy of some sort of reply, and at least like ones that, you know, have just said something nice. And that's my next tip. Tip number 10. So this tip is really a fairly obvious one, but it's something you need to bear in mind. You should really be consistent with posting your videos. You can see in the center there the date that I've published videos, like October 19th, 15th, 12th, 11th, 7th, 4th, 3rd, and so on. And the same with September. They're pretty frequent. And I recommend if you want to try and hit that 100,000, you want to be doing at least 1 or 2 a week and trying to do the best you can with those videos as well. And also your regular viewers, your subscribers will want to see regular content from you. But never get to the point where it's sort of getting you down or it's just becoming too stressful. If you need to take a little bit of time out and take a week out or whatever, you're going on holiday, you know, don't be there sitting on your deck chair thinking, oh my God, I've got to make a video, I'm going to lose all of my subscribers and stuff. Don't worry about it. Just take a week out. If you need a week out, take a week out. But just try and be consistent with your content, because I think that works well to increase your subscribers and give your existing ones what they want. Now, I did promise you I'd let you know how much money this channel has made me in this year, basically. So let me just go now to up the top here, and we'll just say for 2023, and there you go. So I've got over 3 million views, 145,000.9 watch hours, 116,000 subscribers this year, and nearly $20,000. So not too bad. And as I said, the income from YouTube is definitely not something that you can rely on, but that is a nice little bonus, right? That's not too bad at all. And prior to this year, my channel was at about 2,000 subscribers. So this has been a very big year, and we're just about to hit November now. So it's taken me about 11 months to get to this level, really. Now, tip number 11 is less of a tip, but more of a kind of gentle warning, I suppose. And that's not to rely on the income that you might receive in ad money from YouTube. Once you've hit 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, you're eligible to be able to sign up for their AdSense program and start earning money from ads in your YouTube videos. But, if you do not want to rely on them to pay your mortgage off, because like this month, for example, in the last 28 days, my channel's only earned $1,003. But, early in the year, there were some months I was hitting $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So it can really fluctuate, and they can make changes to the platform anytime they feel like it that negatively impacts your income. However, as a result of YouTube and my videos getting so many views and so on, and promoting my own products and services, and in some cases as an affiliate, I've managed to earn way, way, way more than, YouTube are paying me for ads. So don't create content and hope that you are going to be able to live off, YouTube ad revenue. You may not, and it may disappear overnight. I encourage you to have, courses and other kind of products and services that you can make money from as well. So very important tip. So that was number 11. And now let me just give you my concluding thoughts of it all, really, after having hit that 100,000. And I'll tell you some other things, some other reasons why I think I managed to do it this year. And one of them is definitely the big AI interest train that I jumped on back in January. Prior to that, I was doing a lot of content on funnels and everything. It's a very saturated market. Really, it's hard to compete online on YouTube to get loads of video views for that. And so I was never getting that many video views. But when I kind of shifted a little bit, and I absolutely love AI, it's a natural interest to me. And so it was really fun making the content about AI, and every man and his dog wanted to learn about AI. Then it helped lift up my channel no end. And I carried on making content and earning money from AI thereafter. So sometimes you have to jump on a trend that's there. You have to just jump into a niche that's really hot, and then you'll be able to hit that 100,000 subscribers a lot faster. That's really it. It's been a fun time. It's been quite an emotionally challenging time. Sometimes when those videos don't get the views, but if you're in that situation, then I encourage you just to keep going. I think, from memory, I've created over 300 videos. I'm not quite sure where I can see that stat. There you go. 347 videos to hit that 100,000 subscriber level. So you might be able to do it in way less than that. But I wasn't taking no for an answer, and I just kept creating. And I shall carry on now and try and just get better with every single video, every single thumbnail, and do everything that I've just recommended you do. So if you found this video useful, please do like and subscribe if you're into AI, because that's what I normally talk about. And talking of one of my tips, here comes another video now.